Hello, 5th graders. Welcome to lesson 4.4, Multiply using expanded form. Please pause to write the lesson number and title in your notebook. Today's lesson objective is to use expanded form and place value to multiply a decimal and a whole number. Please pause again to write the lesson objective in your notebook. Today's Unlock the Problem has to do with the planet Jupiter. Let's read the Unlock the Problem. The length of the day is the amount of the time that it takes a planet to make a complete rotation on its axis. On Jupiter, there are 9.8 Earth hours a day. How many Earth hours are there in 46 days on Jupiter? So we are going to be multiplying 9.8 and 46 because we want to know how many groups of 9.8 and 46 there are on days of Jupiter. So one way to do it is to use a model. And we've done this method with whole numbers. So today we're going to use that same method, the box method, with decimals. So the first thing that we want to do is break down our numbers by their place value. So 46 we're going to break into 40 and 6. And then 9.8 we're going to break into 9 and 0.8. And I put that 0 in front. I could just say 0.8, but I put the 0 in front to help us make sure that we know that it's a decimal. Now, we're going to multiply each area of the model and then put all those numbers together. So let's go ahead and start with our biggest square. We have 9 times 40. Well, 9 times 4 is 36. And then we add the 0 because it's a 40, so we get 360. 9 times 6, I'm going in the right next box underneath, is 54. Now we have 40 times 0.8. So 40 times 8, 4 times 8 is 32. And this 0 here and this 0 here actually cancel each other out. So our answer is just regular 32. Now we have 6 times 0.8. And this one's going to have a decimal because there's no 0 to cancel it out. So 6 times 8 is 48, but it's not a regular 8, it's a 0.8, so that has one decimal place, so I'm going to add one decimal place, so I get 4.8. Now I'm going to take all those numbers and line them up and add them together. So my first one was 360. My next one was 54. Then I had 32, and lastly I had 4.8, and that got off my lines a little bit. You should keep yours a little bit neater if you can. Alright, now let's add. So starting in our rightmost column, nothing adds with 0.8, so we have and draw my line here, 0.8. Then I have 4 plus 4 is 8, plus 2 is 10, so 0, carry the 1. Then I have 5 plus 3 is 8, plus 1 is 9, plus 6 is 15. 5, carry the 1. And then I have 3 plus 1 is 4. So I get 450.8. So there are 450.8 Earth hours in 46 days on Jupiter. Great job! Let's continue on with the try another way. In the try another way, we're going to use place value patterns. We use this same method in the lesson previous to this one. So we are going to multiply 58.6 Earth days times 14 days on Mercury. So we're multiplying 14 times 58.6. So it says if we're going to multiply by less than a whole number, then we want to know that we are multiplying by 0.1 or 1/110 in order to move our decimal out of the way. So first we're going to multiply by 10. So instead of having 58.6, I have 586. And then when I do all this work, I get this number, 8,204. But that number has the decimal moved to the wrong place because I multiplied by 10. So now I'm going to multiply by 1/10 to get rid of that decimal again. So my decimal is going to jump right back over here. And all of this math would still stay the same, and I get the answer 8,204, but now I need to move my decimal back where it belongs. So I should get 820.4. Great job, 5th graders! Today's lesson activity is on your lesson pages. It's Try This A. I'm going to help you get started by helping you draw the model that you need to multiply, and then you'll fill in all the boxes. Your model might fit in this box here, but I'm going to use my big space to the right to make sure I have enough room to write. So see that I have 2 digits this way and 2 digits this way. So I need a box with 4 quadrants. So I'm going to break 52 into 50 and 2, and then I'm going to break 0.35 into 0.3 and 0.05. Now I can multiply for each quadrant and then add them together. I'll get you started. 5 times 3 is 15. I would add a 0 because of this 0, but I would also take away a 0 because of this 0. So my answer is just straight 15. Now I'm going to do 2 times 0.3. 2 times 3 is 6. But this 0 here, remember I'm multiplying by less than 1, means I need to add a decimal point. So I have 0.6. 5 times 5 in the upper right-hand quadrant is 25. This 0 would add a 0, and this 0 would take away a 0, but I still have 1 0 that I need to take away, so my decimal point needs to go right here, 1 place value in. And in my last quadrant, I have 2 times 5 is 10. And this time I have no zeros on the 2 to keep, so I need to take away 2 place values. So 1, 2 means this number is 0.1. So now I need to add together 15 plus 2.5 plus 0.6 plus 0.10. You do the adding and be prepared to share your answer when we meet at the teacher table. Great job!